Hi and welcome to this week's blog. My name is Jimmi Bradbury. I want to share with you my experiences over the last 30 years of having worked and lived around the world. Wonderful places like New York, Los Angeles, Hong Kong, Manila, London and here in Australia. For the last 30 years I've worked around the world working with thousands of clients on many very exciting projects. And I want to share with you the experiences that you might be facing with challenges that you've got in your business that I've also more than likely encountered and how I found a solution to those problems. And the experience I've gained of working around the world over the last 30 years, I want to share with you through a website that I'm launching very soon. So look out for that and I'll talk to you a little bit more about that in the blog today. Today I'm blessed with working with some wonderful clients, from Olympian athletes to doctors, CEOs of multi-million-dollar companies, families working from home, startup businesses and business owners. And I want to be able to share that experience with you, as I say, through a website that I'm launching very soon. We all have got challenges in business, and I think over the last 30 years I've experienced most of those. And what I want to be able to do is share those experiences with you and help you find ways through the challenge. And I think this launch of my new website has been a very good exercise for me in being able to address some of the challenges I face with starting a business that I want to share with you today. Originally, when I started this wonderful project, probably the most exciting project that I've ever done in business, which is launching my own website, telling you about the experiences I've had and my story over the last 30 years in business. I hoped that I was going to be able to launch it in April, but it's now gone back a couple of weeks and is more than likely now going to be launched just before the end of May. Now, one of the things I want to be able to share with you today is that probably the most important thing that you can do in business, and I think it applies to you in your personal lives, is to get clarity. And for me, doing this project, which is a really exciting project, I guess one of the things I want to share with you this week is that clarity is really, really important. And getting clarity, in my case on this particular project, was getting clarity of the content that was going to be needed. And I guess when I got into the project, I only realized that over 30 years, there's a lot of content that I want to be able to share with you. And as a result, it probably has now taken me 3 more weeks than I thought it was going to be able to launch the website. But I think when it is actually launched, it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful experience for people. And I hope that you'll all engage with it, because there's 30 years of wonderful experience of having worked around the world with wonderful clients and great projects, and I want to be able to share with you those experiences. So look out for that in the next couple of weeks. It's going to be launched. So yeah, look out for that in the next couple of weeks when it's launched, and over the next couple of weeks I'll be giving you an idea of the exact timing for that, but it's probably going to be about 2 weeks from now when it actually launches. So kind of just jumping in and telling you a little bit about the challenges that I've had in pulling together this project. Like 30 years of experiences, yes, it goes without saying, it's a lot of experience that I've had to pull together. Some of it going back, to projects that I worked on back in London in the 80s, through to things that I worked on in Asia in the 90s and in New York and in Los Angeles. And that has been quite a project in pulling all of that information together. Getting people who I worked with to be able to help me do that has been enormous, and it's also for me been quite rewarding because it's enabled me to get in touch with some people that I worked with many years ago. So I just really wanted to give you an update today about how the website is going to look. It's obviously going to be sharing my experiences of having worked around the world for the last 30 years, but just in terms of the format of it, a lot of it is going to be around my story, my experiences, the projects I've worked on, the clients I've worked with, and the people that I've worked with over the last 30 years. And whether they be in London or in the Middle East or in Asia or in Australia or in North America, all wonderful people that I have worked with over the last 30 years that have kind of, for me, come back to life in the sense that I'm actually being able to reconnect with them and be able to share the memories and the stories that they've got and the testimonials, which I must say I've been just awed by, because they've been wonderful testaments about the relationships and the projects that we worked on together over the many years. So enough about me and the website. I just really want to talk to you about a little bit more about it. I'm also going to be running a series of courses in the website, and they're going to be really giving back to you my experiences over the last 30 years through a series of 4 courses. The first one and the second one are going to be launched at the time of launching the website in a couple of months' time. So watch out for those. They're going to be an opportunity for everybody to be able to get involved and hopefully engage and participate and learn from the experiences I've got. So not only just the successes I've had, but probably more importantly, the challenges I've had and the journeys to be able to find solutions to the problem that hopefully will benefit you in those issues or challenges that you might be faced with today in business or in the future. And when the website is launched, this blog that I do every week is going to be launched up onto my website. So there'll be a particular part of the website that will carry the blogs that I carry out every week. So look out for those. As most people who know me today, I'm a huge reader and I love learning because I think are all learning in life, and I think that's one of the important things that we do is we read. There's going to be a selection of the books that I'm currently reading that I have read that hopefully will inspire you, and that's going to be a part of the website that is also then going to develop into the 2 books that I'm actually writing at the moment and are going to be released later in the year. The website's also going to have a podcast section, so the audio that you get from things like this blog is going to sit there, and hopefully you'll be able to share that with your friends and be able to listen to it in the car and hopefully get enjoyment from it and get experiences, and also be able to get things that might be able to help you with regard to yourself and your business. The website's of course going to have all my social media platforms, so Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram and YouTube. So please connect with me through those social media channels and also on this website. And I really look forward to having your involvement in this project as we move forward with it. It is very exciting. I'm delighted to be able to have this opportunity to be able to share my experiences with you. And hopefully you'll be able to give me some feedback of the things that you want me to put into the weekly and also to the monthly courses, because I think this is really for me a two-way thing. It's not only me sharing my experiences, I'd love to hear from you and your experiences, not only what it is you're involved with, but also maybe if there's challenges you want me to talk about and issues that you think would be beneficial to everybody, not just yourself, then I'd love to be able to talk about those over the coming weeks in these blogs and also in my courses. So I'm really reaching out to you to get involved, to participate, to give me your comments, good or bad, because I think as long as they're positive, things we can learn from, because we all want to learn and we all want to move forward. So I'm really reaching out to you to be able to share with me your experiences like I'm doing with you, and make this a wonderful experience for everybody that's involved and benefit and get value from that. So as I mentioned to you a little earlier on, one of the challenges I faced with this particular project, which is launching my website, was probably the whole timing involved in actually putting together 30 years of experience. And I think one of the things I've learned is that, and I always say this because it is the most important thing in business and also in personal life, is to actually get clarity about what it is you're doing and why it is you're doing it. And I got all of that, but I think that probably the biggest challenge I faced is the time scale in pulling all of that together. And whilst I had hoped to launch it in April, it's now going to be launched in the next 2 weeks. But I think it's going to be a wonderful project. It's going to really look good, and hopefully it will involve and engage so many people and be able to provide some value to them with issues that they may be faced in business. So I think one of the lessons I've learned from the project is to be able to get clarity about what it is you're doing and why it is you're doing. Make sure to be able to pull all that content together and know how long it's actually going to take realistically, and then probably allow yourself a buffer time, because things never work out quite as you expected, particularly when you're involving many people, as I did on this particular project, not just here in Australia but around the world, and different time zones, and pulling together information that goes back 30 years. This has, as I anticipated, probably has taken a lot longer than I thought it was going to take. But hopefully you'll find it a benefit and a value when it is actually launched in 2 weeks' time, and hopefully you will take part in the journey and the project going forward. So I hope everyone has a good week this week, and I'll keep you posted on my social media platforms. Please do engage with me, like them, share them with your friends if you get value, comment, tell me the things that you want to have and the weekly blogs so that you think would be of value, and the monthly courses that I'm going to be launching as part of my website. And if you got value from this, yes, as I say, please share it with your friends and who you think might get a benefit from it. So as I say, get out there every day and live this wonderful life, and remember that respect is earned, honesty is appreciated, trust is gained, and loyalty is returned. And I'll talk to you again next week. Bye-bye.